This is ANN News Brief.
Burundi's Exiled main opposition alliance is planning to run in the country's 2020 national elections. Executive Secretary for the National Council for Compliance with the Arusha Agreement, Senegal, Aniset Yunkuru, made the announcement last week at a news conference in the capital, Bujumbura. Yunkuru arrived in the country last week from Belgium, along with 15 other politicians who had lived in exile for the past 4 years. Many home-based politicians were surprised by the announcement. Yunkuru said elections were the only way to improve conditions in Burundi. He said his party, CDP, and his alliance, Senegal, would not repeat the same mistakes they made in 2010 and 2015 when they boycotted the elections. He said that paved the way for an easy victory for the ruling CNDD-FDD party. Other political organizations have criticized the decision. Some describe it as a capitulation from the alliance's initial tough stance on President Pierre Nkurunziza's third term, which critics still consider unconstitutional. Several dozen men have been arrested by the Cameroon military. They also seized and destroyed hundreds of locally made guns and weapons the men had allegedly distributed at the country's northern border with Chad and Nigeria. The six-nation regional bloc says the proliferation of small arms and light weapons is responsible for armed conflicts, criminal and terrorist activities that have plagued West Central Africa. There has been increasing instability in Cameroon since 2013, when the Boko Haram insurgency first began to spill over from Nigeria. The situation in the country had also been worsened by a secessionist crisis that began in 2016. More than 3,000 lives have been lost in that struggle. Cameroon's military has denied allegations of human rights abuses. It says the military has been professional and will bring suspects before the courts. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Rights group Human Rights Watch has charged that despite the Senegalese government promise to stop exploitation at the country's Islamic schools, it is failing to prevent the abuse of thousands of students. The group says some Senegalese towns have been successful in not only enforcing bans on begging, they are also shutting down religious schools that were deemed unsafe. But it says enforcement at the local level is rare. Human Rights Watch says a 2013 bill would have created a regulatory system for the establishment of modern Quranic schools that would have been teaching secular subjects in addition to religious ones. But that bill has not yet been passed into law. The group says until the government steps up majority of talibas or Quranic schools, boys will have to rely on private shelters to protect them from those willing to harm them. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Ademi.